Yo. Can you guys hear me now? Yes, sir. Maybe, probably now. Man, I've been talking to myself the entire time. Can you guys hear me? Hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Drop some sevens in the chat if you guys can hear me now. Perfect, perfect. Man, I've been talking to myself the entire time, bro. Wow. First things first, I did want to apologize for being late, guys, earlier. I didn't have any AC. I finally have AC after, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, there's this company, you guys can go give them a review. It's called AC Power SC. My AC went out on Tuesday. These guys came to fix it. Wednesday it was fixed. Thursday it breaks again. Okay? Thursday it breaks again. They screw me. Friday I go and I call a separate company to send me a separate diagnostics. Okay? These guys then tell me that the first company scammed me. So then Saturday I call them and tell them, you guys scammed me. You guys need to give me my money back. They said no refunds. And then they matched the price of the other guy to replace a certain AC unit here that I had going on. Now it's, and then they said they were gonna come, because it was Saturday, they said they couldn't come until Monday. So I've gone a week without AC. So I'm sorry guys, it's been an absolute shit show. I've been trying to deal with this here. But in Florida without AC at 90 degrees, man, I almost died, I felt like. I'm dead serious. But back to topic, right? Let's go back to what we were talking about earlier, right? So what I'll say to you guys is this. What I'll say to you guys is this. Right now, with news this week, it's a very slow week. Guys, remember, summer months, it starts to get really slow, okay? With summer month, it's in particularly, like, volatility tends to drop tremendously, okay? And that's, like, a big thing here that you're gonna notice with summer months. Like, the worst time to trade usually is around July. So we're getting close to that. And the setups are gonna become less. Scalping is going to be more of a, I would say, better option for a lot of you guys. But remember, like summer, July, August, it tends to slow down. Even June. People are in this summer vacation mode, okay? Just remember that. I want you guys to be aware of that. So you got to go harder sometimes in the summer months with scalping. What I was going over with news here is that the only thing that we have going on for us this Wednesday is going to be potentially a rate, we're going to stay the same. We're not going to have any rate hikes. But I know obviously from what I told you guys, we're pricing in rate hikes in the future, right? By the end of this year, we will be hiking rates. Because inflation is just too high. So this week, guys, boring news events other than Wednesday, we're already pricing this in that rates are going to stay the same. Okay? The only thing that I could see that might affect markets moving on from here are going to be this. It's going to be Thursday, fine. Friday, okay. What we're going to see here is going to be Tuesday, probably nothing next week, end of the month. Core, this right here, final GDP quarter for quarter. This is what I'm interested in. Because this would say if we're in recessionary territory. And then also next week, core PCE. This gives us an idea of what's happening with inflation for the inflation reports of next month. And then that would really be it. So we're starting to slow down here, guys, for sure. As far as what's happening with Dixie, this drop with Dixie here, this gap was because of the peace deal. Okay, again, remember, we can't control markets. A lot of times there's going to be shit that happens, like Trump has a peace deal or something happens here. We can't control that, guys, right? It's out of our control. So this in particular area here, this gap has yet to be filled, and the gap from even today has yet to be filled. Because of that, you're going to probably see both gaps get filled. It's just going to be which way. Most likely by tomorrow, you'll see this area get mitigated. Then that mitigation will come back down here. Then you'll probably see a jump and then a structure move down to swipe the last of liquidity that's sitting right there on the 4-hour and also the daily. Okay? But long term, guys, if you look at the daily, we're still bullish on Dixie. Yes, Dixie swiped liquidity massively. Dixie's still bullish, guys. However you want to see it, it never broke structure. It never even broke this daily structural point that we can talk about here. It never broke that structure. All right, because of that, this thing is still bullish. Let's look at SPX. SPX here, obviously, did not hit the zone that we wanted it to. Gapped. Actually past the zone that we wanted it to go to. Completely gapped. So completely invalid. What am I looking for right now? Looked at buys here earlier. I said this was a big thing. If we do get a peace deal, this would happen. Obviously, top of the news. Let's take a look. $300 billion to Iran. Trump agreed to $300 billion in reconstruction of Iran. Fake news. It's all fake news, right? U.S. and Iran to sign a peace deal on Friday.
It was signed, it was nearly derailed. The Israelis targeted Hezbollah with strikes in the Lebanese capital of Beirut. Iranian officials immediately vowed to respond with missile fire toward Israel. A diplomat with knowledge of the situation told Fox News that Qatari mediators stayed in Tehran conducting intensive negotiations coordinated with the United States. Vice President Vance described to Fox News what those final moments were like before the agreement was reached. Could you take us behind the scenes of what that moment was like leading up to this deal actually being signed?
After the Israelis struck Beirut, we were very worried, and we saw a lot of evidence that the Iranians were going to launch.
Privately, with intelligence officials here in Israel, they indicate they do want an agreement.
Huh. Is the deal done? Give me a second, guys. I know where to go, unfortunately. This is what I'm looking for. This thing's broken structure on all fronts. Still has a gap here that it needs to fill for sure. I think it'll mitigate and run to the upside. This is broken structure here as well. The only thing holding price right now is this previous structure point. Mitigation on the daily and then a mitigation on the 4 hour from this candle here. This is the seller candle. See that area right here? Refine it a little bit more. You'll see that it's this area. This area in particular. To sell this would be stupid. So I don't want to sell it. I want to buy it. Potentially here. We might see one big fake out for a swipe of liquidity here the outside. That's what I'm targeting. That's what I'm looking at. This thing's gonna sell off. You might see some internal buys here, but it's gonna refill this gap and then run and rally, most likely. Tomorrow you'll see maybe a slight drop because this thing needs to come down. But I want to find the reversal for Dixie either here or here. But when we do find Dixie drop, SPX is going to rally. Make sense? So I'm looking for that. Then a blow off top and then another pullback. Yeah, same thing with these. It's crazy what war can do for all these pairs. War gets announced, dump. War gets dropped, run. Run and rally. This right here is a buy. This broke structure here. Oh yeah, this broke structure hard. Yeah, dude, this, you're gonna want to buy this. You don't want to go against volume. All this is because everybody believes the war in Iran. If the war in Iran is over, Trump tomorrow could say the war in Iran continues. Iran, you know, screw Iran. We're going to war, da 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 da. And then this whole market will dump. That's the problem right now. And the reason why is because of this right here. Oil. Oil right here, guys. Oil is finally going lower, which is why markets are jumping. Because with oil finally going lower, this CPI and inflation isn't going to be as high as everybody expects it to be. If it's not as high as everybody expects it to be, that means this whole recession isn't going to happen as bad. Like, it's not going to be as fast. We won't have the high grades. The other problem we have, though, is the yen carry trade, and that's what no one's talking about, right? The yen carry trade is very important. That's what no one is talking about. I think it's tomorrow, too. We should see a dump in markets or a run in markets after the yen carry trade. Some of you guys are saying, what is that? Well, let me inform you here. The Bank of Japan is going to hike rates tomorrow, okay? Actually, the next decision is in about, an hour. We should see how interesting markets go. But it's going to hike rates. This could crash markets for sure tomorrow. If they're going to continue to keep hiking. Very, very big issue, guys. With crude going lower, we talked about this. This could be a real, there's got to be a mitigation that happens here. This area here. Probably what we're gonna dump to. Gold's gonna rally. Gold's gonna go in a parabolic run. See this sell area that never got caught? This thing's breaking structure. I don't like that it broke structure. When gold breaks structure, believe it. I need to close tomorrow here. Then we're guaranteed to go to these highs. But 12 hour, 8 hour, 4 hour. When gold breaks structure, believe it. Look for buys. Sells will come here. Get into buys. Something tells me gold's gonna run and rally for just a bit, mitigate this zone, and then potentially dump one more time. I'd want you to get in buys here. Okay. Now, if the daily doesn't close above this here, whatever. It will sell. But if the daily doesn't, like tomorrow, if it closes above, we're gonna run. If it closes below, this thing's gonna sell off here. A lot of decisions will be off of tomorrow's event. All right. I'm gonna get rid of some of this previous structure point. Oh, man. Uh-oh. I was hoping for BTC to drop here. Be careful. Be very careful here. It could, but it broke structure here. It might rally till 71 and then dump. I need to see internal breaks of structure first, and then we're gonna get into sell. So tomorrow morning it'll be a very interesting morning. MSRT. Ooh, hold on. That's not good. MSRT is gonna dump. MSRT will come here and then sell off. Nvidia looks like it pulled back to run to the upside. All right, guys, this sums up our session here. But tomorrow morning should be really, really interesting. Okay, very, very interesting. Somebody said in Europe, too much. Yeah, it's not too much, guys. Not too much news. So don't worry. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all.